You are created by God and loved by your Creator. Let's get right into this. Oh my goodness, for those of you who are new, who have stumbled, I mean tripped, fallen, and face planted onto this YouTube channel. Hi, my name is Deborah. I'm a Detroiter, and I am using this platform to video blog my life journey, the things that I'm learning, what I'm experiencing, simply because I want to capture them at a later date in the event that I want to read, write, or speak about these things later. I usually have some notes to roll with, and I have notes today. However, I just hung up the phone with a girlfriend and had a really great conversation. And so I think I'm just going to talk from that and maybe fit in some of the things that I really want to talk about. There is a lot going on. Just living a life on, living a life that's on, like flip to the on position. It's been a nonstop adventure. There are a few things that I do want to at least start with, per my usual. One, my gratitude. And I think I'm just really thankful to God that I got my hair done and that my locks will stand a chance at looking really amazing. I can see my parts. Can you guys get my twists? Look, when I see that swirl that direction, you know what it reminds me of? I think I have ice cream hair. Like a soft serve, like ice cream hair. Anyway, that's what I think my hair looks like, is ice cream. So I'm thankful for my hair and that they're done. Like my locks are retwisted. And then she did these little 2-strand twists where you take 2 locks and twist them together. And then she styled it up because as a massage therapist, it's gotta be up. So she styled it that way. But I promise you, I have the hair done itch, which means that I want to pull these pins out and I don't want to wear my hair up anymore, even though it's only been up for 72 hours. Jesus help me. Jesus help me. Being a black girl with hair sometimes is just an event. It's not even a state of being. It's an event. Ooh-wee. Okay. So I have, as of today, for those of you who are celebrating Happy Memorial Day, I've been home all day doing nothing, and it's been absolutely delightful. However, my day starts really big tomorrow morning, and so I knew I had to post since it's Monday night, and on Tuesdays I'm up at 4:30. So I wish I hadn't waited so late, but here's what's in my heart. This expanding the conversation around timing and provision. You guys, I'm going to be on this for a minute. Like it's going to be an ongoing conversation. So I hope you're ready. We're just going to keep talking about it. So tonight in my conversation with my girlfriend, while she was headed to a photography training event, I'm so proud of her. She's great at what she does. We were just talking about entrepreneurship, business ownership, that kind of a thing. And so timing and provision has a particular conversation when you're dealing with an employee, right? If you're an employee of a company, the company is the resource, or at least that's how most of us relate to it, right? So then I'm the employee. I sort of work, sort of do my job, collect a big paycheck because, I held up a wall and stayed on my lunch break too long and still got paid my hourly rate. So that being the case, the job is the source. And so you kind of go in, you punch in the clock, you punch in, or however long or however you do it. And then, you get paid. Well, when you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't quite work like that. And I knew a little bit of my girlfriend's world when she talked about being a business owner, because I kind of I was in the fog about it, but now that I'm looking to launch my own brand, I'm a licensed massage therapist, looking to do voiceover work. I want to do work as a speech language pathologist. You guys, I just recently baked one of my cookie recipes. I haven't baked in 5 years. Literally. I don't have a doohickey thing to do the dramatic effect of 5. Okay. So anyway, haven't baked in 5 years. And I put my recipes together. I promise you, my soul came back. I mean, I was practically risen from the dead just getting my hair done. I feel human. But then I baked and I'm like, oh, I love this. And I forgot how much I loved it. I did Marco Polo videos to a couple other girlfriends. You guys, I think it was 17 videos as I showed them my process and nerded out about flour and raisins, because it was oatmeal raisin cookies. So oatmeal raisin cookies has a piece around my health journey. I'm just saying that for the video because I'm going to come back around and talk about it later. Okay. I was talking to my girlfriend about provision. So people clock in and go to work, right? However, as an entrepreneur, if you don't work, you don't eat. And then if you submit your skill set as an entrepreneur, both as one who follows Jesus or one who loves God or one who takes their skill set as a gift to be stewarded, like their profession is a talent they have that they steward, time, talent, and treasure. If you're a Jesus lover like I am, you may have heard the story of the five, the three guys with the talents, the 10, the 5, and the 1. They were all responsible to steward what they had. The one hid his talent. It didn't go so great for him. So develop your talent. For those of you out there wondering, should you do it? Yes. Don't hide it. Stewardship, you will be held accountable. So we're supposed to steward that. Well, time is one of the things that we get to steward. We don't own it. Now, trust me, I've been trying to own time for a minute. It's not working out for me. So we're learning big lessons around time. But at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, we take on being at the helm of our provision. So we're still not the source, though, because when you take that and you submit it to the rulership of God, and you learn who you are in relationship to stewarding that, who you are is actually a gift and a resource to be stewarded. And then your source is God. Like, you are not the source. You are a resource. Your time, talent, and treasure is a resource. This is the conversation God and I was having recently. And I kept not understanding how it seemed like as I'm developing my gifts and my talents, because I really feel like I'm supposed to, the recent conversation God and I had was like, these are not for you to make money. I'm like, come again. How's a girl supposed to pay some bills? What? It was like, I'm still your source and you'll get to use some of these things. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is getting more and more not about me. Yeah, time and provision. Maybe it's not about me. Maybe it's about something bigger. So, as if God needed to give me confirmation of that, I was reading in the book of Nehemiah. Now, this whole video blogging thing I did, you guys have heard me talk about Jonah. And I talked about the difference between like Jonetta and Nettie. That's the girl, that's me. My Jonetta is Jonah. And, Nettie is just Nehemiah. So I'm noticing the particular translation that I read, and then I read it from Dr. Tony Evans' Kingdom Agenda, Bible with his commentary in it. I forget the translation on that one, but I will say this. The translation and then Dr. Tony Evans' commentary, literally what the Holy Spirit had already dropped in my heart, was just reiterated by what I read. Sorry, you guys, my sinuses. I'm on a 3rd floor. It's hot. I have fans going. Don't even know if you can hear it in the background. And my sinuses have it's just been wicked. So I apologize for all the no scratching. Just the scratching in general. Ugh. Anyway. So he validates that in the book of Nehemiah, where Nehemiah hears from home, hey, it's not going so well in Jerusalem. The gates have been burned. The wall is broken. Nehemiah's heart's broken. And then here's the beauty. Dr. Tony Evans starts talking about the timeline. Now, I've heard it talked about in other translations that I've read, but here it's very specific, noticing that the timeline from the time Nehemiah hears about stuff to the time he gets a response from God is about 4.5 months. So there's this waiting period with this burden that he has on his heart. And so then it comes time for him to go before the king, and he does, and the king looks at him favorably. I also got a better understanding of him being a cupbearer. It wasn't just like, hey, you'll die instead of the king kind of a thing, but a highly trusted official, like chief of staff. Like, that's the way Dr. Tony Evans broke it down. And I thought, yeah, that's a pretty reliable right-hand man. This person knows your schedule, your life, you're in and out, what you're eating, what you're not eating, what you missed eating, like all the little bullets that were dodged, and managing a lot. So for Nehemiah to want to go back to Jerusalem to rebuild the wall, I mean, that's a pretty significant thing. And the king was like, yeah, what do you need? Anyway, provision. You see what I'm saying? The provision shows up. Like the timing in which he got the burden versus the moment that the provision was fulfilled on. God actually had a lot of stuff he did in between in that 4-month period. So, bringing this back to my life. I was supposed to have moved to Texas already. That was the plan. I was leaving. I was getting out of Detroit and out of the cold, even though I'm complaining about being hot right now. And I was going to go to Texas. And then so much has happened from the moment I knew I wanted to relocate to now. The most recent tragedy in Texas is, I can't even speak to it. I don't even know that I had processed the shooting in Buffalo. And now my heart just aches for children, which, by the way, I'm still working on my Kickstarter project for my children's book. This very evening, I'm looking at my computer. This very evening, the first edit of the video for my Kickstarter launch came back to me from my friend who edited it for me. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about the launch. So between you and me, June 7th, I hope to submit it. And then June 14th, I'm really hoping the project will launch, and I will tell you more about that. Okay. So timing and provision. That when there is something to be fulfilled, I really do get the privilege of taking on the role of participating with God for what he's doing. Or I can just be a snotty actor and with a role to play and demanding that it go my way, or else I won't cooperate. When God brings together his production team to fulfill on something, he only selects those who are willing, and he's gifted and equipped to fulfill on that, because whatever he's going to ask you to do, he's wired you for. So again, it comes back around to this Ephesians 2:10. We are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which he prepared in advance that we should do them. In about 4 weeks, I give my testimony at 12-Step Recovery. And the one thing I've been dealing with is recognizing who I am and what God's wired me for and what I've been called to, and all the ways I've not been fulfilling on that inside of, feeling some kind of way, which I also need to put this in this video. Why, as a Black community, do we say that? I felt some type of way. What type of way was that? Like feeling words. Do we have feeling words? Okay. So for me, getting a sense of who I am and what I'm wired for has required me to be very open-handed as I look at the list of what my skill set is, or my resume, or what I think I'm capable of, or what I think I'm meant to do, or how I think something's going to go, and really learning to show up in places and either be the fulfillment on something that God's looking to do, or be willing to be strategically placed at a point in time to fulfill on something. So it's not coincidental that I am born Black, female, in America, in Detroit, homeschooled, educated with an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, massage therapist, licensed in finance, loving to bake, get my hair done so it looks like an ice cream. Like, there's just less room for coincidence when you look at the fine tuning of for such a time as this. I'm grateful. I'm just really, really grateful. I'm going to say more about my health journey. And yes, 4th season, God did get me my provision quarterly because he knew what I needed and what I couldn't deal with. And he provided even in that season. And I just reflect with an immense amount of gratitude. Now, I don't know who out there is watching this and what you needed to hear, but I do want you to know this. You're enough. And the time and place you are in this season of your life is exactly where you need to be. And that keep your eyes open for the miraculous, for the wonder, the awe, the magic. However you really want to be with that. But there's something else at play. And I really think it's a great opportunity to trust. For me, it is anyway. So I hope you all found something of value in this thing. If not, these are just my ramblings of just this season in my life. I will be talking about Nehemiah for quite a bit. My plans for this YouTube channel, nothing fancy. But this is episode 19. And so at episode 35, so 15 more to go, I will probably start rewatching some of what I've posted and actually looking to develop content a little bit more intentionally as opposed to just capturing it. I'm in some big shifts right now. So looking to land where I'm the best fit for my skill set as a massage therapist. I just feel like I'm in the middle of several things. So I'm very unsettled right now, and yet I'm at peace. I have just about zero clarity, or if you say clarity, it's looking a lot like mud, and I have a lot of peace. So, thank you for watching. I trust that you found something valuable. If not, I'm sorry you just wasted 15 minutes. But in the meantime, I look forward to being back to communicate more at a later date. But I don't know. Thanks for being part of my journey. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.